What a little bonus this trip, eh, Jazz? Come on. This is like awesome. You know, I figured by now we were going to get stormed on. Man, a couple wind gusts came through that were, I mean, they kind of blew the camper a lot. Hey, look at that. Oh yeah, Mother Nature. Don't mess with Mother Nature. Jazz are going to head camping again in Hoosier National Forest tonight, and look how calm she is. If you look at the first video that I did, man, she was a nervous wreck, but now she's settled in, she's doing good, and she's ready to go. We were almost going to take her brother Sammy, but we've got some severe thunderstorms kind of in the area, and man, he just freaks out when it comes to lightning and thunder. I mean, bad. He's gotten really bad as he gets older. Jazz is doing good. Got my new camper shell on the truck. Man, that made it so easy. You can definitely overpack with a camper shell because it's so easy just to throw something back there. Whether you need it or not, hey, you might need it, throw it back there, it's not a problem. All right, we're getting ready to hit the blacktop here. Jazz is realizing she's heading on an adventure. All right. A little bumpy on the bridges. Okay, I've mentioned before, one nice thing about the Hoosier National Forest is on your way there, there's places to stop like Ferdinand, Indiana. And I always like to stop here at Wendy's, get a Dave's Double. All right, now, let me get a couple things ready, and I'll get a drink, and then we're going to have a little sandwich, huh? Tell me if that smells pretty good in that bag there, huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you know, everybody's got different ways of raising their dogs and training their dogs and things like that. You know, with old Jazz here, she does pretty good, and this is one of them right here. You know, I've seen people whenever they go to eat like this. Now, you can see I got a sandwich sitting right here. You can see Jazz is like, oh man, do I want some of that. Oh, better move that bag for you. As long as she can sit here and I can eat my sandwich. And what I'll do is every once in a while, I'll give her just a little bit. She's happy, but she's patient, and she waits. That's what's important. If you ever have a treat in your hand, like for instance, this right here, you know, I don't like it when you give this to a dog and they just snap it out of your fingers and almost take your fingers with you. They got to be a little bit gentle. You know, that's important to teach them that patience, I think. So anyways, but I'm actually going to just put this down there. Oh, yeah. All right, no, I hear you. Get back, George. Don't just wait. Wait. Yep. Another reason why I like to stop here at Ferdinand. You can see it is pure farm country. Oh, yeah. Got some kind of a wind gauge on this car here. Interesting. Hey, here we are. Indian Salina Lakes Recreational Area, Hoosier National Forest, U.S. Department of Agriculture. Oh yeah, if you're in southern Indiana, it's a great place to be. You know, there's something to be said about camping in the rain. One thing, there's never anybody here. Everybody usually stays home. Got the whole forest to yourself. National Forest. Hoosier National Forest. And everything just looks like it's had a bath and brand new. Especially during the spring. Get on out there. Camping season is here. Alright, so this is the Hoosier National Forest. This area right here is called Indian Salina Lake Recreational Area. Just absolutely beautiful. Looks like there's some storms coming by here in about 2 or 3 hours. One night, I think we're just staying one night. Got to get back, responsibilities back home. You get the chance, even if it's for one night, just get on out there. Look how gorgeous. I would imagine there's probably some mushroom hunters. If the sun comes out tomorrow, we'll be out. I think turkey season is now over with. The fishermen are probably the real sportsmen that are here right now. As you see, Jazz, for some reason, decided to go in the back. But we're going to get over here to our favorite spot where I can let her out without the leash and she can go to the bathroom and we'll just go from there. Yeah, she's glad to get out. She was acting a little strange. I don't know. That dog can be kind of strange every now and then. So this is the second time Jazz and myself have been out, been able to come camping. You know, I like to go for a lot longer than one day, but you know what? I would rather go one day than not be going at all. Look at the baby leaves. Everything looks so refreshed. The colors this time of year can just be astonishing. Different shades of green. Jazz, how you doing, girl? Huh? You doing all right? All right. He's exploring around. I always like to remind everybody that I've got Jazz off the leash. Got her leash right here, handy. But this is that area back here that I can pull up and park, and then she can kind of walk around this whole area right here. There's usually nobody back here. And especially for a dog like Jazz, my other dog Sammy, that are used to having the free run of the entire property all the time, it's tough for them to come and be on a leash. That's what the rules are, and that's what we're going to keep doing. That could have been a good possibility there. She had to go to the bathroom, number 2, and now I think she feels much better. So I think she was kind of freaking out about that because we really haven't traveled that long together. You know, we've taken a few trips, you know, nothing like a long road trip. So this is part of just trying to work it out with her and get a system going. Come here, girl. You all right? Huh? Yeah, she don't look as good as she did when we left. What's up? You tired or something? Of course, we did stay up awful late last night, so maybe she's just getting tired. Time to go set up camp. I think we've got time before this rain, the next rain comes in. This rain that's here should be drifting away, and the next storms are coming, but I'd like to get everything set up. Here's something that I highly suggest if you are a YouTube creator, you know, you're on Instagram, you know, you put out a lot of videos and stuff, and especially if you're on the road, it's a dash cam. And this is a Kenwood DRV A601W. Nice dash cam. Now, I've had several different brands through the years, and this Kenwood really holds up well. As you're driving down the road and you see something, you know, you have like a 15-second delay, so you can always push a button. Getting ready to set up the Coleman Sun Valley camper again, 1985. Gonna do it a little bit different than the last time me and the Jazz went camping. A lot of storms coming in, probably around 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my tarp on there, put my ridge that I built. It's a portable ridge that I built, goes on top of the Coleman. That way when it comes down and the rain comes down, it hits the tarp, but it gives it an angle for that rain just to fly off. Nothing sits on top. It's the way to go. I've got the back feet, the stabilizer feet. I've got those already put down. Now I do have some extra wires that you might have noticed up here on top of the Coleman. These plugs right here will go and plug into the back of the Silverado, but I had them for my Jeep Liberty. I'm not sure if I'm going to ever use them for the Silverado, but the Jeep Liberty, the camper pretty well from behind. You couldn't see the back of the Liberty at all except for the very top of it. So what I did was I come up with a system like this, and it goes back. There's the end of it, a long LED light bar that shows tail lights, brake lights, turn signals. From behind, it really showed up the back of the camper. I've got a video on how I put that LED strip across there and what it looked like. And I had one camper commented, he said, "Man, that is ugly. I would never do that." Well, you know what? I don't know. Maybe it didn't look the best as far as cosmetic goes, but when you're driving down an interstate and it's like midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, or just plain dark, you want to be seen. I mean, these semis, they are safe drivers, but they are going 70 miles an hour, and you don't want to be toting down the road at 60, 62 miles an hour and have one of them come up on you that fast and not see you. So the better you're seen, the better you'll be. So here's the tarp system that I'll be using. You know, just for one night, is it overkill? I don't know. Pretty heavy rains are expected. I just don't like the Coleman to be pounded on with rain. If you can keep it dry is what I always say. I'm also doing this because it's good practice. So next time I go, might be for a week when I get there. I'm not trying to figure out the system again. It's been a while since I set it up. This is just like good practice to me. I don't mind doing it. And I share it to you on a video, which always works well too. And I have it rode up specifically so when I unroll it, it's going to be where it needs to be. So let's take a look at this little ridge system I've got for the top of the car. Those of you that watch my channel a lot know that I'm kind of like this inventor kind of guy. I kind of come up with all these little things. If I see a reason for it, I'll just figure out how to make it, put it together, and then I share it with you. This is my ridge top. These pieces right here actually are not glued together. They'll all come apart if I need them to come apart. See that right there? And I notice on PVC, a lot of times it's not necessary to glue something unless you know you're permanently never going to take it apart. A lot of times when I build something like this, I may have a reason, disassemble it farther than this, take it somewhere in a little bag, put it back together. Top piece goes in. This is all, like I said, PVC. I think it's Schedule 40 PVC. Might even say on it, yeah, Schedule 40 PVC. Just like that right there. If you're a YouTube creator, especially if you're kind of new in the business, remember this. When you're putting something together or you're doing something, you don't have to hurry. You don't have to save film. That's what editing's all about. So a lot of times, you know, me putting this together, I may have 5 minutes. But when I actually put it on the video, it might be 25 seconds. That's where editing comes in, and that's where that video just flows real nice and good. So there's the piece that's going to go on top of the Coleman. And you can see I've got Velcro on each leg, and I'll show you where that goes. Old Jazz is being awful anxious today. A lot of times she'll settle in and just relax, but she seems to be, well, you know what, she's probably got a lot of energy. She wants to go for a walk. As soon as I get everything set up, we're going to go exploring. Okay, the Velcro pieces, I've got those secured on top of the Coleman right here. They hold up pretty well. I take my A-frame, bring it in, just, whoa. See how good they stick? Just like that right there. Set it in place. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. All set in place. Understandably, here's the part that kind of makes a lot of people nervous, is how do I get that tarp on here and then raise my camper up, or how do I raise my camper up and then try to get the tarp over it? Well, you got to work that system out because it has to be fluid, it has to be easy, and you have to be able to do it by yourself. If you do things that are pretty important to have, like on a rainy week that you're going to go camping and you're by yourself, you got to do it by yourself. If you limit yourself where it's got to always take 2 people, then you'll never go solo camping because of that reason. So just try to do it yourself. If you have an extra hand, great. If not, figure it out. Okay, so now the plan here is to get the tarp on the pop-up, ready to go, and then I'll crank it up. That is the best way to do it. Probably since I'm showing this, I ought to go into a little bit more detail. I'll show you this. You know, a lot of times on my video, I like to take my time and show you some detail. And some people, you know, I've heard comments like, come on man, get on with the show. You don't need to show us every detail. Some people like to see the detail because if they're actually going to do this, they need to know how to do it rather than to cut through it real fast and let them try to figure it out. I'm sure you can figure it out, but since I've already done it, I'm just going to show it to you and you got the plan right there in front of you. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about. So here's my tarp that I've laid out. I just unfolded it once. If you can see here, a couple things. One, front, bottom. What do I have back here? Rear, bottom. What is that? That's like 2 words that mean the same in a way. Anyways, rear, bottom. And then I've also have my ropes and all my stuff to stake it down. The guidelines, I already have them ready to go. All right, so let's go ahead and unfold this. So this is why I'm out here and I like to practice. Okay, so you saw on that it says front, bottom, rear, bottom, which is still funny to me, rear, bottom. Okay, front, bottom. So what that's telling me is whenever I put this system together, that goes on the front, and the bottom means that's the part that needs to be facing down. So even though the tarp, when I'm looking at it, is silver, I bet it's brown on the other side, and once I unroll it, the brown will show rather than the silver. Let's see if that's going to work. So here's your front, bottom. Okay. There's the brown. So this is why I come and figure this stuff out. I can't stress that enough. You got to practice. If you go camping, unless you go camping all the time, if you do it once a month, maybe 5-6 times during the summer, you want to get there and everything goes smooth. You don't want to have to try to figure stuff out, and that's why I like to practice. So I can already tell unrolling this tarp, it's not going to be long enough to go over the beds. Important, it has to go over the beds on both sides to give you total rain protection. So I'm going to swap it around, but you can also see the brown is starting to show. Once I get it folded out, it'll be brown and not silver. So that's why I come, that's why I'm practicing. So now I made it a lot harder on myself by actually opening that up the wrong way. It should have been this way, and I put it front to back, but what I meant when I wrote front bottom was the front of the camper, and I consider the back of the camper back there. Okay, well, it's starting to come together. Made it a little bit harder on myself. Continue on. Another clue, front center. So that's talking about the center of my pop-up. That way it's going to be long enough on both sides to cover the bed ends, to give me a little vestibule, a little porch, and coverage on the back side. Now that I haven't lifted up, there's where the nice little A-frame comes in. See that? You've got rain coming down, and look at that pitch. So once I put everything together, that's a nice pitch. Rain pours off of it, nothing sitting on top of your pop-up. About time to lift it up. Now that I had the brown folded out, way past the beds. What I did was I just took it, folded it back, shows you the silver, folded it back. Now I'm going to get ready to go ahead and crank it up. And once I crank it up, all I have to do is pull those sides back on both sides and everything's covered. And I've got a lot of guidelines all the way around. I've got this set up for wind. Today, well, I don't know, I've got some pretty big storms coming in. Already remembered I didn't bring my PVC poles, which I usually put out front, staked down, and that really gives me a nice porch out there. Since I'm only here for one night, I don't need to set all that up, but I kind of wish I would have brought it to show you. I've got some videos on it, show you a picture of the video where you can go and look at it, and you can see this system set up 100% the way it should be. That's how it all goes together. Now you can adjust it. Because I didn't bring those poles, I'm going to have a very small front porch, almost just a little bit of probably a 3-foot area over the front door to keep rain from coming in if it storms real bad. There's plenty enough, I could probably make a 6-foot porch. You can see I've got all the guidelines and stuff all ready to go. If you're done with your trip, you're getting ready to go home, you don't really want to take the time to do it just right. Just pack it up anyways, take it home, lay it back out, dry it all out, and then put it together so next time it'd be super easy. All right, with the weather going to get bad, I better not piddle around too long. I better get this tied down, but this gives you a good idea. There is the center of the camper right there. It looks like I could probably pull toward the Chevrolet a little bit farther, but it looks pretty good. The guidelines are all in it. Makes it super strong. I actually have this kind of set up so if I was going to go to Lake Superior where the wind is like incredible. But you can see how much overhang I have here. Now, I don't want to go straight out. I'll probably just come straight down. I'll still get ventilation through my windows right here. So there you go. That's how you do it. Let me get it secure before a big wind gust comes up and blows it off. That'd be a problem because then I'd have to start all over again. Alright, so that's as good as I'm going to do for now. That should hold up with some storms coming in tonight and some rain coming down. You can see how it really covers everything. And one of the main benefits is all your ground underneath your pop-up stays dry. If you want to put your chairs underneath there, this rope runs through all the eyelets here. If I was camping for a week or two, went up to Lake Superior, fine-tune this thing, and any kind of loose end ropes like this right here, I curl up. Have you ever been to like a real nice harbor? And the one that pops in my mind, two of them. One at Harbor Springs in northern Michigan, the other one in Petoskey. Beautiful harbors, nice gigantic sailboats and yachts and stuff like that pull in there, and just very, very nice boats. I've always been impressed ever since the early 80s, when I would take the kids and we would go walk up and down there and take a pizza and sit and eat and watch the boats come in and out. People like that, the captains, I guess you'd call them captains, the sailors, they never tie their boat up and just leave it a mess. They always tie it up, and then they always curl their lines up into a nice, neat, kind of like a snail back or something. It looks so great. So I'll do that actually with my camp. Streaking across the Hoosier National Forest. There is that point up there, the PVC. See how it sticks up? that will make that water just pour off there. No problems. And if I was camping for longer than I am, all these ropes going through here are all made to pull out like this. You can just keep that water away from your pop-up. It's not coming down. See, right now it's going to be a little bit of a problem because it's going to run down like this. It's going to come pretty close to the side of it right here. The key is you just want to keep all your canvas and everything dry. It's just a good idea to do that. I know Jazz is ready to go. That looks pretty sharp. I mean, it looks sharp to me. To a lot of people, they don't like it. A lot of people complain about tarps, but you know what? Tarps are essential with bad weather moving in. Last thing I'll show you is I got a camper shell for the 1999 Silverado 4x4 Z71 LT. Beautiful machine, really have been enjoying it. Most of the time, if I go out, take a drive, if I go get groceries, do something like that, that is the one I take now. You know, the Jeep Liberty is sitting idle, the Pontiac Montana, still good vehicles, still have their purpose, but man, do I like driving this machine. It is so powerful and just so comfortable. Yeah, and I want to thank Coey for selling me this camper shell. Man, it is so nice. This is a 1999 ARE. Just an absolute beautiful camper shell. And what I like about it is this is the original color in a 1999 Silverado. That is the original color of a 1999 Silverado. So if you look at them, and I'm a painter, so I see things like this, they match. They look so good. They're not an exact color, but they look so good together. Now, here's something I didn't realize. I pulled up camp and started setting everything up. Check out the Silverado. Check out the camper shell. Check out the Coleman. It matches. Everything looks like it is put together to be exactly a set. So man, I'm digging life right now. I don't get to go that much. That's okay. I enjoy taking care of my mom and dad. I tried to get my dad to go camping today. I'm hitting some resistance. That is okay. That's just the way it is. Taking care of your older folks and you want them to do something and they resist, just figure out a different way to come around and ask them again. Figure out a different strategy. Maybe it doesn't work. Let's go for a little walk, girl. Want to? Yep, I know you do. You're bored. I can see. All right, let's unhook you. Let's go for a walk. All right, I finally got everything set up. Jazz, you've been a good doggy and you deserve a good walk, so we're gonna go somewhere and get a walk and have a snack. Oh man, I know what you're saying, bud. All right, we're gonna okay, well, I got the camper all set up for you. You get a good night's sleep. Yeah, well, you still want to go. Okay, all right, hold on one sec. All right, we got camp set up. Taking a little walk with Jazz. I think we're gonna go down to the Rickenball house at Salina Lake and take a look around, have a little snack. If you camp this time of year, and if you have allergies, you know what I'm talking about. Man, the pollen is thick out here, but boy, it is beautiful. And here's what's wild. Check out that sky. There's supposed to be severe storms coming within 2 or 3 hours. So we got camp all set up for the night, ready for the storms. Jazz, let's go for a ride. Want to? Hey. Ride? Hey. Okay. All right, back to my Bass Academy. I think the last time I was here, the water was almost to the top of the handrail. It is actually pretty tall right now, or pretty high right now, but oh my gosh, do I love this lake right here. Man, oh man. Dang. Haven't even been out one time to throw a line in yet this spring. That's the way it goes. Hey, sometimes you just have things to do The main thing is, don't get too excited about it. Don't get upset about it. Eventually time will break and you'll find yourself out throwing a line in. Hello, Salina Lake. I miss you. Storm clouds are building. Yeah, I sure do miss my Bass Academy. Man, oh man. You see how windy it is today with these gusts coming in? Man, I've seen it 3 times that. And still caught some good fish. Notice I've spent an awful lot of hours here at Salina Lake. Oh my gosh. Last 4 years, got the 1980 Selvin fishing boat, and we have had the best time out there catching bass, catching bluegill, catching some sun, catching some storms. Haven't got the Selvin out this year, but hope to. Man, hopefully by June, at least sometime in June. It's the way it goes, you know. Sometimes responsibilities hit and you just got to, wow, look out, I'm being dive bombed by some wasps here. Ooh, they must have a nest up there somewhere. Yeah, this always reminds me of days gone past. You can almost sit here and hear the kids laughing and the adults talking, the DNR person or National Forest person giving a lecture. People just enjoying the simple life, having a movie play here on the big screen. That's all went away. I don't think it's even utilized anymore at all. And now, especially with the budget cuts and stuff, no way. Nothing like that's going to happen anytime soon. Care about our national forests, our national parks? Man, be sure and stand up to that, all those cuts. You know, if you get a chance to vote, no more cuts. Let's put the people back in place. Let's keep our land sacred. I'll be totally honest with you. I am concerned beyond this country. This country is being sold off. And man, that just bothers me. I don't want to bum people out, but if you get the chance, even your local representatives, if somebody's on that board and they feel like doing more cuts on the Parks Department, state lands, federal lands, they want to offer the federal lands up for sale to whoever wants to buy it and drill or develop, man, fight it. Fight it hard. If you care about this country, if you care about our lands, fight it. Because this is, I just don't like what's going on. And it's happening so fast, we're going to have to watch it close, document everything, every little thing, document it. And because it will become proof someday of what's happening today. breathe.